A ring. A lie. A betrayal that cuts deeper than any blade. Caroline only wanted to save her father, until she walked into that jewelry store and saw her husband with her, his mistress.
Fiancée.
The word shattered her world. The man she loved sneered, twisted the knife. Then why are you still alive? Left broken in the storm, Caroline collapses, only to wake in hell. Strange hands. Cruel laughter. A nightmare she can't escape. Would you fight back? Or would you burn it all down? Read now, before the revenge begins. Caroline's POV. William stopped as soon as he saw me, his hand clutching Sophia's while Sophia cradled her baby on one arm. I struggled not to burst into tears at the sight, and instead clutched the ring in my hand. Caroline, William murmured, his face a mix of agitation and confusion. What are you doing here? The saleswoman noticed William and smiled brightly. Oh, Mr. Anderson. Good to see you. Are you here to pick out something for your fiancé? Let me just finish up helping this young lady sell her ring, and I'll be there to help you. My eyes widened at her words. Fiancé. I whispered, shocked. You're already marrying her? William opened his mouth, but nothing came out. The saleswoman seemed to finally read the room and quickly ducked out, leaving me with my husband and his mistress. Sophia looked between us, her cold gaze settling on the ring in my hand. William? What's going on? She asked, her brow furrowed. Why is she selling her jewelry? Is your family in financial trouble? William's eyes widened in embarrassment. What? No. Of course not, he defended, humiliation overtaking his features. He threw me a look of utter disdain. She tried to beg for money from me, and I wouldn't give it to her. She also never got a job while she was with me. So now she's here trying to wring out of me every cent I gave her. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I nearly dropped my wedding ring out of anger. You told me to give up my job so I could focus on raising our son. I shot back, clearly surprising William with my tone. I never asked you for anything. Only enough for me and the baby to get by. Now you're treating me like a beggar. I steeled myself, trying to keep myself strong. My father needed help and you refused, so I had to figure it out for myself, William. Sophia's expression softened, but I could see the cold contempt within her eyes. Oh, Caroline, she sighed, as though I were a child to be pitied. I'm sure there are social services that can help you. If you want, maybe I can convince William to give you a loan. I was nearly shaking with fury. Who did she think she was? First she destroyed my family, and now she had the gall to treat me like I was begging on the street. I'm not accepting handouts from a mistress. William's eyes widened, and he lunged to grab my wrist. His grip was painfully tight, and I let out a cry of pain. Take that back, he demanded. Apologize now. I tried to wrench my arm away because he was hurting me, but his grip was too tight. So I looked him in the eye defiantly. No. I shouted, once again surprising him by standing up for myself. I'd rather die before I apologize. William's glare hardened. I could see the anger and hatred he held for me right then. Then why are you still alive? I was shocked, speechless and unable to believe what I was hearing. Did my own husband, the man I loved, really hate me that much? Did he really want me dead? I ripped my arm from his grasp, looking at him with brand new eyes. This wasn't the man I'd fallen in love with and married. It couldn't be. I refused to believe that I could have ever loved such a cruel man. With tears rolling down my cheeks, I whispered, well, maybe your wish will come true. William's eyes were quickly filled with shock, confusion, and what seemed to be concern. I didn't believe it, though. Before he could even begin to process what I meant, I turned around and left, refusing to be anywhere near them anymore. It was pouring rain, quickly soaking my clothes and drenching my hair, but I didn't care. I just needed to get away. My wedding ring was still in my hand, burning a hole into me like a hot coal. I stuffed it into my pocket, unable to look at the reminder of what I'd lost. Just as I was walking down the street, I felt a sharp pain in my abdomen. I clutched my stomach in shock, the edges of my vision quickly beginning to blur. I tried to move, wanting to get away from Sophia and the man who betrayed me, but a weakness overcame me and I crashed to the ground. I couldn't open my eyes. The world spun violently, disorienting me with the rush of passing cars and the heavy thud of footsteps closing in. My head throbbed with the echo of slurred voices. Their voices sounded like slugs in my brain, wriggling around in my clouded mind. Look at this one, completely out of it. Yeah, one mumbled, easy pickings. She won't even know what hit her. Their laughter was disgusting to me. It filled my ears like a roar of thunder, and sent a spike of fear through me. I didn't realize then what they meant by what they said. But I would find out. I felt their hands on me, rough and careless, yanking at my clothes with a repulsive eagerness. I pushed at them weakly, clutching at my clothes desperately. I was weak. Too weak. And they knew it. Let's drag her over there. No one will see. One suggested, and the other drunkenly agreed. She's just asking for it. Lying here like that. Look at her. My legs were putty. I barely had the strength to lift a finger. I kept pushing myself off the cold ground to escape, but it was no use. My pulse pounded in my ears, terror flooding every nerve as their hands roamed over my skin, cold and violating. I willed myself to scream, to move, to do anything, but I was trapped inside my own body, paralyzed by fear. A single breath escaped, the start of a desperate cry for help, but that was all. A rough hand slammed over my mouth, choking off my voice. Tears welled up, hot and stinging, blurring my vision even further. Their touches grew more aggressive, more invasive, and panic twisted my stomach into knots. Every touch made me want to throw up, and they just kept going. It was too much. And my last shred of hope slipped away.